Welcome back. Well, today, of course, we have Katrina Foley here, who is our new supervisor for the 5th District. Well, Katrina, thank you for joining us today.
Yes, it's great to be here.
Nice to finally have you here as our supervisor, and boy, there is a lot to cover. So today I think we're just sort of briefly touching on a couple of different things. But before we just jump right into that real quick, just tell me, for those people who may not know you, tell me just a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you. So I just want to say thank you to Laguna Woods, because we had a great support in Laguna Woods to help us to keep this seat and start to represent this area. I'm an attorney of 26 years. I'm a small business owner. I've owned my own law firm. I'm a mom of 2 sons. One just graduated from UCSB last year.
Yay.
He just got his real estate license, so he's on to be adulting.
Yeah,
my youngest is still at home, but that's okay. He's it's a difficult time with these college kids over the last couple of years, so
right.
A little slower to go. And then my husband is a teacher. We've been married for 31 and a half years,
wow.
And so I just love serving our community. I have been representing the more northern part of the community for many years, and now I'm getting to know South County and love Laguna Woods and all that you have to offer here. And I look forward to many, many meetings here and helping the residents.
Excellent. Well, good stuff. And then, of course, like you mentioned, you guys are doing a lot of things, not just in this community, but all over South County.
Right.
So let's just do a brief overview of some of the things that I think probably are very important to our group. So aging.
Yes. So the board just voted on a master plan for aging vendor that we hired to create a master plan for aging. Now, full disclosure, I voted against this contract, not because I don't believe we need the plan, but because I didn't think that this particular vendor was experienced in developing a senior master plan for aging.
Oh.
But this is what we're doing as a board, and so I am going to be working very closely with the organization, making sure that our seniors and our organizations that serve seniors have a seat at the table to give input, because the plan needs to reflect what the needs are for all seniors of all economic levels, of all ages of senior status, and also demographics of all different cultural backgrounds. So we want to make sure that we're being very representative. And the studies show that 1 in 4 Orange County residents are going to be seniors by 2040. So we need a plan. We're way behind. We really are. We're like a decade behind.
Okay.
So I'll be pushing this, and I'd love to get everyone's input. Okay. You'll start to hear announcements about stakeholder meetings, community town halls, surveys. We really hope that you'll help us get the information out, because we want to make sure we address housing, healthcare, transportation, jobs. Yeah. It's a new world. You can still work till you're 75 here,
I know. And I think, and this brings us to the next one, is healthcare, because, a lot of things have been in the news, and I think we're a little afraid because we don't want certain things to be taken away or cut. Right? We'd rather have other things be cut. And so, of course, Medicare, we certainly don't want anything to happen to that. So what do you say to those types of things that we're hearing?
Well, as I've shared before on your program, my 96-year-old grandmother and my 76-year-old mom both live with us. We built them a little ADU in the back so they could live right with us. Now, Medicare is critical for them. This is their only income, and healthcare, Social Security and Medicare. So this is something I don't get to vote on as a county supervisor. However, we do have influence. Speaking with our congressional delegation of both parties here, we will be making sure that we share that our seniors here need protection for their Medicare, for their Social Security benefits. The other thing is that I do have good news. Insulin, both in California and across the nation, is down now, the price of insulin, because of some of the legislation that got passed last year. So that's going to help a lot of our seniors and just families in general. But we must make sure that we protect our seniors and on limited incomes. We can't start cutting. It causes a lot of stress and anxiety. I know that the limited income that my grandmother gets because of my grandpa's, when he died, he was a teacher. He has his teacher's retirement, so she gets a little piece of that, and then she gets her Social Security, but she didn't work. She was not a working, she's 96 at the time that she was of working age, she was at home.
Right.
So it's not like we have a lot of older individuals who have a lot invested in Social Security. So we have to make sure we don't cut anything for them.
Well, good. That's good to hear. Now, the railroad. Now, we talked, well, actually, we never really talked about this, but you see it on the news
Yes.
about how that railroad is having an issue down in San Clemente. So what's the project that they're talking about?
So the county board members also sit on the Orange County Transportation Authority with others who are representative from other cities. Now, we've been, over the last 3 months, working to stabilize the hill at Capo Beach.
Right.
Because the coastal erosion, the storms, the loss of sand there has literally just taken out the beach. We used to have basketball courts there. We used to have a parking lot, parking meters, everything gone, washed out to sea. And so it's edging its way towards the railroads. So we invested $12 million as the Orange County Transportation Authority to put in what's called tiebacks. So they basically tie the mountain to the mountain side, the part that's falling into the part that's secure. And we've been working on that. It's a temporary fix. And we also put some of this rock, they call it riprap, to try to secure the tracks. But long term, we have to get our federal partners, our state partners, to do what we're doing in the northern part of our coastal area here in Orange County and in San Diego, which is adding sand to the beach, so you have a protective area. That's the beach there. And then also, talking about realigning the railroad track away from the coast, because you're not going to stop the ocean.
Well, you're not going to, and it's just, and you know what? And we're seeing, the powerful waves that we just had really were something that I think we haven't seen in some time. So, of course, that helped the erosion.
Well,
for
and it's a matter of national defense, because this railroad track, while it's serving commuters, it's also serving Camp Pendleton. It's a commerce line, because the ports in San Diego, the ports in Long Beach and LA, they all use this railroad system. So this is a very critical railroad system in Southern California, and we are long overdue in making a plan for the future. So that's something I will be working fiercely on over the next 4 years.
Right, great. And then lastly, let's quickly touch on a power authority. What is that?
So Orange County Power Authority is a community choice energy for renewable energy, and it's a way, in concept, it's a great way for us to open up competition for energy that's cleaner energy. So we last year the county board voted to join the Power Authority. Now Lisa Bartlett and I, we did not support that. Your former supervisor here, we both joined together saying we're not ready. We don't know. There was a lot of red flags. So I asked for an audit of the Power Authority, because we were hearing a lot of problems about the failure to follow proper financial safeguards, transparency, rates increasing. And in the county unincorporated area, which is most of District 5, we were really concerned about the ratepayers and whether their rates would go up if we joined the Power Authority, because you're automatically opted in unless you opt out. It's very complicated to opt out. So we voted in December, before Supervisor Bartlett left, to withdraw from the Power Authority. So now in January, I had an item to ask us to look at other more established power authorities and consider joining those, so that, one, we reduce the rates for our residents, and we provide a cleaner energy resource that you can opt into, and we don't have this automatic opt out that people may not know. I mean, come on, the little postcard. How many of us actually read all those little postcards with that small print?
No kidding.
So I'm just really concerned about the ratepayers, but we do need to move forward with a cleaner energy in our community for the future. So we'll keep looking at that, but do some good research so it's protective of the ratepayers.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for the information. I'm sure we'll see you again.
All right. Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. And if you want more information about anything that we have discussed, you can always go to d5.ocgov.com. We'll be right back.